Hello everybody and welcome to this webinar session. Today all about Leica Cyclone 3DR, the Leica BLK2GO and also Reality Cloud Studio. So we're going to have a really fantastic session with three speakers including myself today, and we're going to talk about taking that data from the cloud into the desktop and obviously from the field to the cloud in the first step as well, in terms of collecting that data with the Leica BLK2GO. So before we start today's session, I want to take you briefly through what we're going to cover. Obviously I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the speakers today, and we'll talk about how you can ask questions as well. Then we'll have a look at the reality capture software overview and the vision from the reality capture division within Leica Geosystems. I'll touch briefly myself on Reality Cloud Studio and how that fits into the workflow that we're going to discuss today. Then Gianni will cover the Leica BLK2GO. He's the product manager for Leica BLK2GO. So we'll talk about how we use that product, the ease of use, the unique features that have made that an incredibly successful product over the last 5 years. And then we'll hand over to Yannick, who's the product manager for Leica Cyclone 3DR, to talk about some workflows of how we can consume that data and produce some really nice results on the end. That everything from cleaning the data through to visualization, pipe extraction, that kind of stuff within Leica Cyclone 3DR. Then we'll have a brief summary and a close. But this session I think will probably last easily under an hour today. But if you do have any questions, obviously we're gonna detail that in a second. So first up is myself. You've probably watched other Hexagon webinars with me, so I'm not going to delve too much into the details here. But all you really need to know for the time being is that my role has shifted very much into the Reality Cloud Studio business. So I'm covering the technical sales management for Reality Cloud Studio from a European perspective. And of course, because it's a very central product and it streams into all our other reality capture software solutions, there's obviously there's a bigger story here that we need to tell. Hence why I'm involved today and making sure that you understand that part of the product portfolio. Then we're going to hand over to Gianni. So Gianni has been with the business around 10 years. He's been part of the BLK team since 2018, and he's the product manager for the Leica BLK2GO and also the BLK2GO Pulse. So he's a geomatics engineer with a master's by trade, and genuinely a really nice guy. So you're going to learn a lot from him today about the solution, the uniqueness of the product within the marketplace, and also the tools that we have within the product and the solutions we have within the product to make it incredibly easy to collect data and also incredibly easy to process data. So please look out for him. And then we'll hand over to Yannick. So Yannick, again, he's also now a master of these webinars. And every time there's a new Leica Cyclone 3DR release, he comes out and he presents a really nice update of everything that's become available. He's been within the business now since 2020. Like I said, he's the product manager for 3DR. And effectively, 3DR, as we'll discuss, is this all-in-one deliverable creation tool and tool set. Across, it's got various modules, or people can buy all of the modules and create a pro version if they want to. But it is incredibly versatile with everything from meshing and cleaning and construction reporting, deviation analysis, clash detection, plant modeling. It's a huge variety of things we can do in that product. So today Yannick is going to cover some very specific use cases taking that BLK2GO data. Now if you have any questions, there's a little widget when you enter the webinar session. You can just click that, enter your question. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. We endeavour to get back to you within 24 hours. I normally do hit that target. If it's something that's maybe slightly more technical, we maybe have to ask some other product managers or other software members, software team members, and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But do not feel afraid to ask questions. No question is too silly. We understand that everyone from beginners to pros watch these sessions. So we look forward to your questions and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Now, I just wanted to start, as I said in the beginning introduction, is just kind of lay out the vision for where we are with reality capture right now within Leica Geosystems, and talk about this notion of field, office and cloud, or field, desktop and cloud. So we really want to make sure that there is everything everywhere for everyone. That's kind of the vision, right? So if you may want to do registration on your tablet, You might want to do it on the desktop, you may want to do it in the cloud. You shouldn't be limited by where you're carrying out that action. So at the minute, you've seen some kind of basic registration tools in Leica Cyclone Field 360, for example, but we really want to ramp those up. And also the registration solutions within Reality Cloud Studio. It's a very small part of the product right now, but you can see where this is all leading. And even if we then take something like analysis of the data, you can do analysis within Leica Cyclone 3DR, but as we move forward, we'll have analytics, deviation reports, BIM progress monitoring in Reality Cloud Studio, for example. We'll also have some in-field analytics within Field 360. So we just want to make sure that our customers can do as many things in as many different places. So that just sets up the vision for where we are in terms of our reality capture portfolio. Now here, this is again just to break that down a little bit further. You can see field, office, and cloud. And then we have these various stages. So capture, I think, is quite obvious what we do with capture. We're capturing data in the field with our sensors. We're viewing and visualizing that data on our tablet devices, for example, our phones or tablets. Then we move into the management stage. So this is Register 360. This is maybe it's Pegasus Office if you're using our mobile mapping solutions. And then the final stage, obviously moving towards delivery of that data. We've got all of our CloudWorks plugins for various CAD solutions. We've got Leica Cyclone 3DR, and we can also do some delivery of data in our tablet solutions as well. There's a floor plan creation tool, for example. And then on that top layer across the top, you see we've got Reality Cloud Studio, which will be the prime bit that I will be talking about today. Now, Reality Cloud Studio, we'll go into a little bit more detail now, but fundamentally that is our primary cloud solution, and it connects with 3DR, it connects with our CloudWorks plugins, and you'll learn more about how that all comes together as we go forward. There's also some SDKs. So you may have heard of our LGSX format. There's an SDK that enables third-party integrations. So maybe if someone has a cloud engine, they're able to actually integrate the LGSX SDK to read that data and display the data. So we've got a number of partners now globally who are taking the LGSX data that we create and generate from Reg 360, and they're able to bring that into their platform. So it's a wide ecosystem covering this field, office, and cloud. Plus also the ability to work with third parties as well is part of the vision as we go forwards. So Reality Cloud Studio, I'm not going to do a demo today. There's plenty of videos. If you Google or go on YouTube, Reality Cloud Studio walkthroughs, demos, there's loads of content out there. So really I just want to give you a very brief overview and delve down into what it is in real terms. So it's made up of three key components: Reality Drive, Cloud Studio, and Collaboration Space. Reality Drive, because we're able to store our reality capture content in the cloud, and also move those files around, copy those files around a little bit like you would in a standard Windows file structure. Cloud Studio is then when we start to do more with that data. Everything from creating geotags or walkthroughs and virtual tours. We're creating limit boxes, doing measurements, sharing that information with other people, and then that feeds into this collaboration space. And the collaboration space for me is not only the ability to share that data very easily with a simple URL, but also the ability to stream that data down into like I said, our CloudWorks products, and in this instance today, Leica Cyclone 3DR. So that is the workflow that Yannick will be describing today, obviously streaming the data that's been uploaded to Reality Cloud Studio down into 3DR to start working with it. And of course, it's all about accessing the data, automation, because we have automatic mesh generation, some automatic registration, visualizing that data with these beautiful meshes or point clouds. It's entirely up to you, and then obviously sharing that data as part of the collaboration space. Okay, so today's case study, we're looking at an industrial facility management use case combining Reality Cloud Studio, the Leica BLK2GO, and Leica Cyclone 3DR. So obviously we're going to go through that process of talking about the BLK2GO. You already see the videos of Johnny walking around and collecting the content for this particular project. And we're going to make the assumption that he is sending that data from the field to the cloud to be processed in Reality Cloud Studio. So we will then share that data up into Reality Cloud Studio for all our third parties or first party contractors and colleagues. And we can then stream that data down into Leica Cyclone 3DR. Now this is where we're going to take advantage of the cleaning functions within 3DR to automate the noise removal, get rid of people walking through that scene very, very quickly. So Yannick will describe that. Obviously, we'll also look at the visualization aspect of 3DR. So it's not just this fantastic deliverable creation tool, but we can do really nice animations, visualizations, orthographic imagery, lots of different rendering modes. So we can create these beautiful images within the solution as well. Then we're going to delve into the extraction part. So this is where we're looking at floor plan extractions, cross section. In this case, we'll also look at the new pipe modeling capabilities within this industrial facilities management use case. So we'll go through that in detail. And then of course, reporting on the back end. So that's also a huge part of Leica Cyclone 3DR, is that we can do all this analytics, but on the back end, we may just want a very, very simple PDF report that we can hand over to an end user. We also have the capability to hand over our project file in a viewer, in a free of charge desktop viewer as well, that you can hand over. So the end user can't do anything more with that data, but they can see the project information that you've put in there, and they can view that in this free of charge viewer. So I don't think we're going to cover that in the webinar today, but that's just useful for you to know as part of that. So what I'm going to do now is hand over to Gianni. Gianni's going to go through in detail the Leica BLK2GO, so you should know the product inside out by the time he's finished his session. Then we'll hand over to Yannick for that workflow part, looking at how we go through these steps that we've just talked about now. And then we'll come back to myself for a summary and close. So without further ado, we'll hand over to Gianni for the next section of the webinar.
Thank you, Paul, for the nice words and the kind introduction. And hello, everyone, also from my side. My name is Gian-Philipp, and it's a pleasure to show you today the BLK2GO and how it's capable of capturing the reality in a very efficient way. When we talk about the BLK2GO, we have to talk about SLAM, which stands for simultaneously localization and mapping. And what it basically means is that it allows us to capture the reality while we are walking. For example, here in the facility of Swiss Optic, which is a big complex with people working there, we want to be fast, and therefore capturing while walking is basically the best option. With the BLK2GO, we use a special version of SLAM. Our solution is called Grand SLAM, and basically means that we have a sensor fusion where we make use of LiDAR SLAM and visual SLAM. So LiDAR SLAM, you see here, we capture the space with our LiDAR very quickly and accurately, and this information we make use to position ourselves in the space. Same holds true with the cameras, where we collect the information with the BLK2GO from visual features which are placed all around the environment which we want to capture. And this basically makes the SLAM very robust, because we have a very sophisticated sensor fusion which makes use of the information that we get from the LiDAR system and the camera system. And this basically means that it works in various environments, as for example here today in the Swiss Optic facility, where we are facing dark areas, bright areas, large areas and small areas. So no matter where you are with the BLK2GO and its Grand SLAM, it works in a very reliable and good way. For this, we are using special sensoric, for example, the dual axis LiDAR, which is a very fast LiDAR. It collects data with 420,000 points per second and rotates with 100 Hertz. So when we remove the nice looking dome, then you see the sophisticated sensor, which basically allows that we can quickly collect the 3D data which is needed to help Grand SLAM. And for you, the benefit as a user, it means that you don't have to walk slowly. You just can walk normally with a good, quick walking pace. When we look on the camera system, as said, we are also doing visual SLAM. We have special global shutter cameras, and 3 of them, which basically provides quick information about visual features. So you see here a small video where it shows how in real time the cameras of the BLK2GO are able to detect the features in real time as you walk through the scene and can digest, process all this information in real time. So again, for you as a user, the big benefit is you don't have to stop, you just walk to capture the reality, which makes it once more the fastest option available. It's not only about being fast. When we face such a environment and application as today with the facility from Swiss Optic, then we also want to capture all the information that is relevant to us. So we want to have a complete information. This means that the LiDAR that I just mentioned, it's not only available and useful for Grand Slam, but it collects the 3D point cloud data very accurately in all directions. So it's a 360-degree LiDAR, ensuring that in all directions you captured the data. And this with a nice large radius of 25 meters, giving you a diameter of 50 meters to ensure that even that the larger areas of, for example, the Swiss Optic facilities can capture it very well. So for you at the end, it means that you don't miss any crucial information. It's completely and fully covered. And the information that you capture with the BLK2GO, it's not only 3D scan data, it's also that you have colorization captured. So the global shutter cameras that I mentioned just before, they're not only helpful for the visual slam, at the same time, they also capture RGB information to colorize the point cloud, which we then later will see in post-processing. I'm pretty sure Yannick with the Cyclone 3DR later will show the one or other nice colorized point cloud. But also this information is able to create panoramic images so that you then have pano images available as a result of your data capturing process, which makes again this 3D information very rich. It's not only point cloud and colorized point cloud, it's even panoramic images that you get out of the BLK2GO. And the best thing that although the system in the background it's highly complex and technically sophisticated, for you as a user, it simply means that you can walk normally without any stops and you don't have to do anything special. So there is no user interaction required. All those functions that I just mentioned will be done fully automatically by the BLK2GO. So it will trigger every 1 second those 300-degree pano images, also this scan. This will happen fully automatically so that you can focus on your walking path and about the environment to ensure that you have captured it completely. However, there is also another sensor which requires your involvement, which is a high-resolution 12-megapixel rolling shutter camera. And you can trigger this actively at the button press. And this is needed when you want to capture objects where you want to capture the smallest information. So you see 12 megapixels is high resolution and it captures even the small print of certain objects. So I would like to show you this here in this small video. In real time on the app, you stand in front of your object of interest, you press the button, and then you will capture a 12 megapixel high-res image. And this is linked in space so that you know where you captured this image. You can review it at any time. And like this, you enrich your information with those high resolution images to ensure that you really have captured all the information that you need. Because in the facility, like the Swiss Optic ones, there are many machines with plates which contain important information, and you really want to ensure that every little small detail which is relevant to you is captured. And this is ensured with the BLK2GO. Talking about the BLK2GO and then showing you already the BLK Live app, it's a simple workflow and a solution to the user. So first, I would like to emphasize that the BLK2GO can be used without any app at all. For example, in those areas where Wi-Fi restrictions forbid to use the app. But in all the other areas where you in generally can use a smartphone, we highly recommend to make use of the BLK Live app because it will show you in real time the data, but it has also further capabilities. For example, here it allows for simple data management which allows you that you capture their walks and structure them directly in the field so that you are working in an organized way and you are not lost and drowned in all your data. So it makes the whole workflow very easy, very structured. There's also more to it. For example, when you make the dynamic initialization, which just means you capture the BLK2GO and you start walking, you get real-time feedback and guidance onto your screen of the BLK Live app. For example, it will tell you, keep walking, don't stop. And in case you are stopping, the system will detect this in real time and it will show on your app of the BLK app that basically you should walk again because we need movement to initialize. And when I said we need movement, this is true for the dynamic initialization. You also can initialize statically. But important here, it's an intelligent device which gives feedback and even more, it provides guidance to you. Basically, anyone can operate the BLK2GO because the intelligence to a certain degree sits with the BLK2GO. And of course, as you have seen, it provides in real time feedback about the data that you capture. So we get a reduced point cloud and it's not colorized. So don't worry, this is not the final output, but this is a real-time output to ensure that you capture everything that you need. And for this, the app is great because you walk through the space and in real time you see with the 3D view and also the 2D view all the areas that you captured to really ensure that you don't miss any important information. So now you can also change the views if you prefer the 2D view. You even can make a split screen view so that the app is very easy to use but still powerful, with the benefit to you as a user that in real time you get feedback to ensure that you captured all the information which is relevant to you. But it goes even further with the workflow. It's not only about capturing the data in a very efficient way, it's also that we want to share the data quickly so that, for example, Yannick and then the Cyclone 3DR colleagues can make use of the data immediately. And for this, the app provides the functionality to upload the data directly from the field into Reality Cloud Studio so that everyone who has access into the Reality Cloud Studio account can make use of the data that you just captured. And this is great because it's again an efficient way of not only capturing data, but also sharing data to really ensure that you quickly put the data to work. And we will see in a few minutes what Cyclone 3DR and Yannick are capable to make out of this data. Good. Going further, it's also once more the BLK2GO as an handheld system. It's a special handheld system because we call it a true handheld system without any restrictions. You see here in the video, in the Swiss Optic facility, there are those areas which are restricted where you don't have easy access and you cannot get easy access. So we want to ensure that we capture these robots because they are important to us. And with a true handheld system, you just lift the BLK2GO. It's that light, it's that easy. And then you capture the area which is of interest of you. So we really ensured that the design meets the functionality to give maximum freedom and flexibility to you as a user. And with just 775 grams, it's a true handheld device to really once more get those inaccessible data also captured. And also, if you think about this facility, which takes 10-15 minutes to capture, you feel with time every gram on your hand. And to really ensure that it's handheld, it must be lightweight. And finally, I would like to talk about the probably most important fact about the BLK2GO, its accuracy. Because I would argue no matter how fast you capture the data and how complete it is, if the accuracy is not right, then you have an issue. And you can be sure that with the BLK2GO, you capture accurate data. The LiDAR system that I mentioned before, it's capable to measure accurately within 3 millimeters and provides an important input to the overall system performance of the BLK2GO, which is when you're walking for some minutes in certain environments, you get an accuracy of 10 millimeters, which is really great given the fact that you don't have to stop. You can just keep walking and capturing the environment and still be assured that you get an accurate 3D data with the BLK2GO. And this is true since 2019, where we basically introduced and launched the BLK2GO. And yeah, a long way we have come. So incredible that we are now celebrating the 5 years anniversary. But basically it means also that we could gather all the feedback from our thousands of customers worldwide to optimize, further improve the solution, to make Grand Slam better, to provide certain features that were requested, to really make the BLK2GO as of today a very reliable and established product, which can be used by plenty of people for various applications. Yeah, with this, I'm now at the end of my part, and I hope I could show you why the BLK2GO is an efficient reality capture device for basically everyone. It's simple to use. With its Grand Slam technology, you can quickly capture data while comfortably walking through space. It allows you to completely capture the information that you need, and it ensures that the data that you capture is of the right quality. And yeah, data is now, I think, the important message where I think on Yannick and the Cyclone 3DR, because I'm very curious to see what Yannick and Cyclone 3DR are able to make out of this BLK2GO data. And having said that, I would like to thank you for your attention and would give over the word to Yannick and Cyclone 3DR. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenny. That was really insightful. I am a big fan of BLK2GO. As you said, very versatile, very efficient to capture anything in the field and to address multiple applications. And today I would like also to take you through a journey in the office, so after the field, and in particular for this industrial facility application of this facility captured with BLK2GO by Gianni. And there are many things I would like to cover today. Let's start with Reality Cloud Studio and its powerful capacity to collaborate, to store the data in the cloud, and then to jump into Cyclone 3DR. Many different things I would like to show you during the next 30 minutes. Difficult to show you everything, but let's start. How to clean efficiently any kind of data sets, and in particular for the BLK2GO. And then that's an opportunity for me to show you a few tips how to visualize, how to emphasize your data sets in Cyclone 3DR, but also why not in the viewer. And I think that's the most important part, how to extract basic things like a floor plan or a cross-section of a building, how to create very quickly a mesh from a BLK2GO device, and also happy to show you a little bit of scan to pipe as well. So I will do a few demonstrations just to give you the flavor, but I hope that it will give you lots of ideas for your industrial facility applications. And finally, also with visual notes, I would like to show you how easy it is to create reports based on a simple BLK2GO point cloud. But first, and you will see, I will jump from my slides and Cyclone 3DR. Let's go into the cloud and Reality Cloud Studio. So now I'm in my browser, and I just would like to show you how to jump from Reality Cloud Studio into Cyclone 3DR. And so let me find this nice point cloud captured by Gianni. So here I'm streaming the point cloud in Reality Cloud Studio, and if you are familiar with this nice solution, you might be also aware of this auto meshing feature. And I want to show you that, and now it's been a while, that we have this possibility to stream the dataset from Reality Cloud Studio to Cyclone 3DR. So I just have to log in, and I can find all the projects assigned to my credentials. And let's go directly into our point cloud, and it's streaming live. And so how does it work? I mean, as usual, first thing to do in a Cyclone 3DR workflow, my recommendation is to create a UCS. So here the data is streamed from the cloud, so you can understand this pattern. So the points are being loaded, and I will do a quick 2-point coordinate system. I always do this to have a building that is aligned properly on my screen, and then I will create a quick limit box. So this is the same pattern or the same usage of like a LGSX format. So I just need to create a limit box just to focus on the area of interest. And so for the purpose of the live demo, I will do a quick download and conversion into Cyclone 3DR project. So I can do a right click here, convert projects, and just let's keep 10 millions, and I'm running a preview. So it's happening in real time, and it might take 1 minute to download and to convert my projects. So I'm going back to my slides. Streaming from Reality Cloud Studio quite easily. So that was my project in the cloud. And you go into the file menu, Reality Cloud Studio, you log in, you can find all your projects, your datasets. You just have to click and to stream your datasets. And again, Reality Cloud Studio is really amazing to store and to collaborate with very large datasets. And I mean, it is a reality. Datasets become bigger and bigger, and to be able to benefit from the desktop tools, I think it's a very great solution to store very large datasets, and then okay, you have a process to do locally, you convert a small area, and then you execute your task in a desktop product like Cyclone 3DR. So let's see, and okay, so now I have my point cloud in Cyclone 3DR. So that was my Reality Cloud Studio point cloud, and here this is my Cyclone 3DR point cloud that I can benefit from all the tools in Cyclone 3DR. So for the next the next step of the workflow, let me jump back to my presentation. I would like to clean, and here my goal is to show you the new or the updated model on classification. So that would be the only video of my demo today. Everything else is real time. And in auto classification, we expose multiple models by industry. And this one is special. The BLK mobile filter people can work with all the BLK family to fly, just adapted in September for the to fly, but BLK2GO, BLK Arc as well. And you can see that this is a one-click operation. It took me approximately 4 minutes to process here. And then this is a very easy way to clean your data. And you can see that it's an easy way to remove moving artifacts, moving people from your reality, digital reality. Okay, let's get back to Cyclone 3DR. So I prepared my project with the full point cloud here, and so we recently also harmonized the way we can segment a point cloud by attributes, different attributes. But I will pick classification here, so you can see that I have my classified point cloud. I'm running preview as usual. And now this experience is much more user-friendly. I can decide immediately from here. And so let's rename point cloud demo, for example. And the moving object I can directly remove from here. I don't need it anymore. and I have now a clean data set. I would like to show you a few tips. So I just have one classification, so I don't need classification. First, let me show you again something that we released last year and that I really like. This is the X-ray representation. The transparency is very nice. So just to create videos or to showcase your point cloud to your customers, it's really nice. And of course, it's a dark background, so you can switch. Recently, I didn't talk too much about it, but we exposed new background types and the skybox. So the same as Reality Cloud Studio, actually. Why not picking the cloud? And so to create videos, I can play also with the size of the points. So it's a very nice way to showcase your data. And also timestamps is another way to showcase and also to visualize your data. So here I will go back to a dark background. This is now my favorite, the default skybox one. And here I picked the timestamps representation. So timestamps that works with all the mobile scanners, mobile mapping, but BLK2GO datasets. Just to show you a tip, maybe not necessarily for this application, but timestamps could be also a way to clean your data. I can edit the color of my timestamp here, and let's create, for example, two groups. And it's a way. So in particular, if you want to split outdoor part from indoor part, so it's a very it's a very efficient way to clean your data. And I can again open the separate by attributes. So I have multiple information, but this is timestamp that I want to use. And I can use the gradients. So I can decide to remove, for example, one part. And then to combine with density or noise, and to really focus on an area of interest. But in particular, if you want to clean indoor from outdoor, this way is very efficient. I will keep the previous representation. Okay. So let's go back just to summarize many different things to really emphasize the 3D experience in Cyclone 3DR. Play with the background, play with the X-ray mode as well, with the point size. Timestamps is a very nice way also to showcase your data, and that you can use to clean it. Let's go back to Cyclone 3DR. So I have my point cloud here, and I would like to show you how to create a quick floor plan. But maybe you are very familiar with floor plan creation. So let's start scan to plan, and we have a different quick slice mode. And here for floor plan, I always recommend to do a section just below the ceiling. You don't really need to clean your data, and it's a way to get rid of furniture and to create your line work for the extraction of the walls. But for a change, this is not a floor plan that I want to do today. This is a vertical section for this building. And I want to show you that the BLK2GO device is really good just for this floor plan creation or vertical section. So I created here a slice, okay, and you can see that the quality of the scan to extract, for example, the stair here. Now I'm good. What I can do, I can change to another representation. I like this one for floor plan creation. And I will use the quick draw mode. And then it's just click by click to extract my full section. Again, up to you, but I think this it's a semi-automatic way, but it is efficient and it avoids rework. And I think this is really important. So maybe I can still adjust later. And I will be almost complete. Let me try to pick some details. I can just adjust some details later, like this. I have a shortcut to close, and I am done. I'm ready to export this section. So that was very fast. I mean, if you compare this reality capture extraction with, to traditional processes, clearly this is really efficient. And so at the end, this is this is a section I can export to DXF or to BricsCAD. Also, it's quite easy to do the same. So this is a floor plan of the building of this industrial facility. Or maybe I can show you in Cyclone 3DR. That would be even better. So I have my project here. Let me show you what I extracted before. So the cross section, my floor plan, everything in the good coordinate system, and my point cloud. Also, something that you can do in addition to a floor plan, thanks to the X-ray representation, it's nice to create a floor plan with an ortho image. And my recommendation, if you want to improve your ortho image experience, is to go to flat representation. So why not white or yellow color, and to use the transparency at maximum. And here, so you can visualize the floor plan that I extracted for my data sets. So that's, I want to really prove that BLK2GO, is a very efficient device for this kind of use case. But not only for floor plan or section extraction. The next extraction workflow that I want to show you, this is a scan to mesh. So let me start from my point cloud, and I will create a limit box for the purpose of the demo, right? Just to focus, to show you, this cool thing from scan to mesh. So scan to mesh can work with any kind of native LGSX point cloud directly, so you don't have to convert. And one of the cool things is that if you have like here, if you have a limit box, so the mesh will be processed only for the limit box, inside the limit box, or only the visible points. So scan to mesh, and if you already use Reality Cloud Studio, you have the automation in Reality Cloud Studio or in Cyclone 3DR. You can benefit from this easy tool, scan to mesh, and for BLK2GO, all the parameters are predefined, so it's easy to use. I like this evaluation mode. Imagine that you have a very large point cloud. So that's a way to, pre-visualize the final rendering, having an estimation. This is really an estimation of the time that will be necessary to compute the whole point cloud. And here, it's just easy. You are discovering reality capture world, scan to mesh. This is really the one-click operation to create your mesh directly in your favorite desktop tool. And you can see that to have a very simplified 3D data that you can share easily, that you can visualize in a viewer, You can import it into TrueView, or you can visualize it in Cyclone 3DR free viewer, or just to have a simplified model of the reality. Scan-to-mesh is a very good one, and for an industrial facility, that's kind of easy with, and relevant for BLK2GO. So I previously meshed everything. Let me show you the results. And I have, I think, a limit box without the signing. So here you have an easy, a light model to do. A light model that you can use for visualization, for collaboration easily, and maybe easier to understand than a point cloud. So let me summarize those few steps. First, floor plan creation, or that we have seen together. You can combine with the creation of X-ray ortho image. Easy to create a floor plan to send to CAD, BricsCAD, AutoCAD, but also, not only for to have a proper cross vertical section of a building. This scan-to-plan tool is very useful. And also that you can combine with scan-to-mesh. So from your point cloud, what I really like here, this is this group of predefined parameters by type of scanner. And at the end, this is an easy model that you can manipulate for visualization and collaboration. And as I said, I would like also to show you a little bit of scan-to-pipe today, pipe modeling. So I must say that's quite a challenge for BLK2GO. Pipe modeling, is appropriate for the high-level range of scanners, but I'm happy to demonstrate right now that BLK2GO can be very useful as well, and really showing the versatility of this device, and even with a scanner that is so easy, so convenient to use. So in this industrial facility environment, you can also extract pipes, and here I will extract some MEP equipment in the ceiling of this industrial facility. So let me open again my point cloud. Or show my point cloud, and I prepared a limit box just for the ceiling. I'm going to activate, and for me that would be very convenient to work only in the ceiling. So scan-to-pipe is compatible with a limit box up to me if I want to edit it to show or hide different parts. And for scan-to-pipe, that's my personal choice. I like to show in a single color. This is an easy way to highlight my pipes. And here you can see that I have a few MEP pipes in the ceiling that I want to extract. The scan is not complete, but no big deal. Let's challenge scan-to-pipe, and I can also show you new things that came with the recent version in August. My point cloud is selected, so I can execute scan-to-pipe from the extract menu. So let's start the extraction with the first segment. I don't have a lot of points here, so I will extract a second segment. I can use the arrows to extend it. And a feature that I don't demonstrate a lot, but here it's not a very dense area, so I can select a segment and I can connect with a straight path to make sure to have a robust extraction. So I have my main pipe here, and I would like to extract secondary traces. Okay, and now I can pick my main pipe, and I can use this new feature to connect with a branch. I'm selecting the two of them, and I have a new asset. That is part of the new release of Cyclone 3DR, and that will be part, this connection assets will be exposed and saved in your final deliverable. And I can continue my trace. And so I can use some hotkeys from the recent release to facilitate my workflow and do my extraction like this. So with the hotkeys, with the keyboard, it's very easy. And you can see also that the fitting of the elbow, this is one of the new things, is really good. So we have improved a lot our extraction algorithm. And let's continue for this secondary pipe. Again, I have a direct fitting on the point cloud. I don't need to edit again. So just to finalize my workflow, I can, for example, here use a reducer. And I have now extracted this part of my MEP project. Let's do another one. So starting a new trace here, and again I always need to select the main or the reference trace. Let's connect with a branch. I have the connection assets, and I can continue my trace easily. Again, with this semi-automatic tool, and you will see in the future that we will have more and more automation, but again, with the fitting improvements that we have delivered, less manual rework operations are necessary just to adjust the bend radius of your elbows, for example, or also for the reducer. So here, let's finalize the extraction, and let's do a final one. In particular, in this area, now I don't have lots of points. Let's do it so I can, for example, also extend my trace here and do the job in this zone. Okay. I have my connection assets, and I can extend my pipe. So this is to give you a flavor of the scan to pipe, and I think, my message, BLK2GO is so versatile. You have also this possibility to do a pipe extraction job in Cyclone 3DR for BLK2GO datasets. So you have seen also nice things related to the new release, and the final goal is to deliver here a 3D model. So I have a single trace. If you have multiple traces, what is new? It's possible to export only a subselection. You can adjust, if you have some information, the thickness, and as usual, we have this very this variety of types of exports. Type, beam is the one I would recommend. IFC format to keep lots of information in the attributes of your exported model. And also, what is new, it's possible to export a CSV file that will contain the information of your model. Let me show you. So this is a CSV that I extracted for this project and for your world traces. So I think this is a complementary deliverable in addition to the 3D model to do verification. So all the information, so elbows, junction, reducer, straight, and future assets will be saved in this table. And you want just to check all the elbows. You can have a look at the exact angles. You might have used, the predefined angles as well to have square angles, so rounded at 90 degrees or 45 degrees, for example. You have all the information, the coordinates also, the diameter, everything complementary to your 3D model And let me show you what I extracted completely from this industrial facility. So in addition to floor plan, in addition to a realistic model, scan to pipe can help you to have a very complete representation, modelization of your industrial facility. Let's go back to Cyclone 3DR, and I will show you. I have my point cloud here, and I'm happy to also show you the entire model. So I created a complete floor plan extraction, and again, transparency is really nice to visualize. And so with the BLK2GO scanner, I was able to extract this network. This is amazing. This is really amazing. Okay, now I would like to finalize my demonstration today with visual notes. So visual notes is a feature that is a way to annotate your 3D environment, anything that you want to display on your scene, and you want to create a report that can be filled automatically into a PDF or a CSV list to bring information. And easy to use, that works with anything that is visualized or displayed on your screen. So it works also with LGSX, Reality Cloud Studio Point Cloud directly. And so this is visual note. And here I would like to just create some annotations for the terminals of my HVAC network that I haven't represented, but or modelized, and I want to just to create, some kind of notes to localize my assets. So, for example, here you can see there is one. So I want to tag, and so I have even the information of my selection. Let's call terminal HVAC 1, and you can add a comment, a description. So it's also compatible with BCF. And if I want to create, this report to localize here, so I can create another note. I can just copy this information, and I can create multiple of them. And so that will populate a PDF report, and a screenshot is automatically done for each new note. So you don't have to do anything. But you can also add some screenshots. You can add information and make some measurements. So maybe let's go back to this note number 3. I can add a screenshot here. So if you are familiar with the inspection notes, this is the same logic. So I have 2 screenshots. I can also change the representation if I want. And I would like to show you a few tips. So if I want to add measure, for example, I want to just take the position of this terminal above the floor. I can make a measure. And in this add measure tool, what I like here, the view is split in 3 parts. Top view, side view, 3D view. And we have this nice smart limit box feature to really just show, to have a focus on the zone of interest. So I can extend a little bit my zone. Just to visualize here, that's very convenient. I can already create a new screenshot from the 3D, or eventually, if I want, from the side view, like this. So I can create screenshots, and it will complete my report. My smart limit box can be edited as well. I want to display the floor. And we have this now plane-to-plane feature. So I can pick a point on the floor, and I can force a verticality in my measurements to make sure that I will make measurements, a vertical measurement from the floor to just to this terminal, the reality. And so here I created a measurement. So it's a small label here that I can just change the settings to show you the measurement, and it will be displayed in my report. Labels, an opportunity to show you some tips. Okay, and I can start again later my visual node projects. So if I want to change the representation of my point cloud, here I have, and I can visualize the different screenshot I made. I didn't make a screenshot with the measurement. No big deal, I can do it again. I can add a measure. Okay, now I can visualize my distance, and I can make some screenshots from 3D, also from 2D. Let me show you again for another node, so I can go to my node number 4. And I also want to make this measurement from the floor to the HVAC terminal. So let's add measure. I will also create my smart limit box. So I can play with, just have a look at the instructions and to have a predefined, with a good size, predefined limit box. And with the usual shortcuts, easy to just adjust our limit box. And from the floor, to the terminal. I can create now a screenshot from the side view, or why not from the 3D view. Okay, and I can complete with other nodes. And at the end, the goal is to complete your analysis. So for example, here I prepared this before. I have 6 nodes for all those terminals. It's possible when I go to the, I didn't show you this, no problem. I just need to go to the report editor and my projects. I have a main view that I can update. I have a list of all the nodes. You can, depending on the description, I don't have descriptions here, just the terminals. I know that it's a localization of terminals, so I can keep it simple and remove the titles or nodes. And what I like, this is the coordinates of all my objects. And then I have a collection of nodes, and for each nodes, there are screenshots. One screenshot automatically created, and measurements that I have created before. So from the floor to the terminal, and up to you to create or to enrich this report the way you want. Okay, jumping back to the presentation. So I was really, again, a pleasure for me to demonstrate scan to pipe. Also new features like better fitting for elbows, reducers, the creation of a connection is possible, and more user-friendly tools to offer you time savings extraction. To deliver a 3D model with the intelligence of an IFC, here in BricsCAD, for example, and in addition to this type of deliverable, we also added a CSV export to have a kind of list of components to do your quantity verification or to do your own QA/QC. and it works nicely with BLK2GO for this industrial facility. And you can also combine this workflow with visual notes and to create a report to have everything, every information from your digital reality to share and to collaborate. So that was it for the journey through Cyclone 3DR today. So you can see the offer that we have at Hexagon Geosystems for reality capture products is very complete, very efficient, and very easy. Imagine that how fast you can capture with BLK2GO, and then you can go into Cyclone 3DR to deliver anything that is relevant for your industrial facility application. Thank you very much, and let me now hand over to Paul to wrap up the session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Yannick and Gianni, for that fantastic presentation. So let's now just do a very quick session summary and wrap up, which I like to do just so we can recap what we've done. And we do have a very good attendance rate for these, and most people stay till the end, so thank you very much. Obviously, we talked about that reality capture software vision for the reality capture portfolio. So field, office, cloud, or field desktop cloud, however you want to break it down, and everything for everyone, everywhere as well. That whole notion of being able to do multiple things in multiple locations. I gave you then a very brief rundown of Reality Cloud Studio. And like I said, if you want to learn more about Reality Cloud Studio, you can either go, you can Google that, you can go to YouTube. There's tons of video content out there where you can see what Reality Cloud Studio is capable of. Then Gianni covered the Leica BLK2GO. Genuinely an incredibly simple solution, delivering fantastic results. The one thing I would say as well is the mesh results that we get from Reality Cloud Studio with BLK2GO data is really good. And that goes for BLK Arc, BLK2GO, BLK2Fly, some really, really nice data when we upload our B2G files directly there. And then Yannick covering Leica Cyclone 3DR. So really, we've covered all bases there. Hopefully there's not too many questions. This just gives you an insight, a small snippet into what you can possibly achieve with these products when working together. So on that note, I would like to say thank you very much for attending. You can contact any of us here. Like I said, I work primarily with the Reality Cloud Studio team. Gianni is the BLK2GO and BLK2GO Pulse product manager, and Yannick is the Cyclone 3DR product manager. But we are very much open to discussion and understanding exactly what it is that you need. And again, that's a big part of my job going forward, is to work with the markets and the regions to make sure that you have the absolute best product for you. So thank you very much for your patience and your time, and thank you for continuing to attend these sessions. We look forward to the next one. We've got some fantastic ones coming up in relation to Reality Cloud Studio. I won't say more now, apart from I probably can tease and say scan to BIM, or scan versus BIM. Sorry, scan versus BIM. That would probably be the best way to close off that tease for the next round of webinar sessions for Reality Cloud Studio. But thanks once again to the speakers. Thank you for your attending, and we look forward to catching up with you very, very soon.